It is, first of all, it's great to be here. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you for this honor. It really is quite an honor. Special shout out to Cynthia and Anita, Cheryl, Annie, of course. They are the true trailblazers of our time. And I can tell you, having worked in the NBA the past, 10, 15 years, that the WNBA has come so far. It is such a special game. I don't know if any of you know this, but I was the first person when the WNBA was sort of getting going. I used to do their camp, and they were so much, don't tell the guys this, they were so much better than the guys. They listened, they tried, and they executed. So congratulations to all of you, well deserved. A couple people I just have to mention. Coach Pete Newell, Stan Morrison brought him up, Coach Morrison. I was with Coach Newell for 25 years at his big man's camp. I was the second player that he had there. What a special, special person and well-deserved. I owe most of my basketball career to his footwork that he taught. He taught some of the legends in the game, and I was just lucky to be part of it. I want to join Don McLean in thanking Bill Walton not for coming tonight, because none of us would have gotten any time to speak. He's a very eloquent speaker, of course, as we all know, but he tends to go on a little bit too long at times. Also, a little thing that you may not know, when he was playing at UCLA, he used to come over to our house and sit down at the dining room table and take my plate and eat off my plate and just finish my dinner. So I will never forget that about Bill, but he's a tremendous individual. And of course, Reggie Miller, Cheryl, your brother and I used to have 45-minute horse games. And the only upside of that, we sort of split the games. He was a great shooter, I could shoot a little bit too. But the upside was I didn't have to play Cheryl, who would have just beaten me all the time, I'm sure. There's no question. Of course, Leon Wood, just a quick shout out to Leon, one of the best officials the NBA has ever had. And when Leon was in the game, you knew that game was going to be well officiated. You knew he's going to keep control of the game, everything you could want in not only a basketball player, but a referee as well. So big shout out to Leon. So many people out here that I know. It's so good to see all the friends that I've had over the years and hear the stories. A couple things I just want to share very, very quickly that people told me in basketball. I'd like to share them with you, and they sort of guided me along my way. These awards are tremendous, and some people view them as individual awards, but they're really team awards. We're all part of a team, every single one of us. We're all blessed, we're all part of a group that has helped us get where we are. None of us made it alone. We had friends and family, we had teammates, we had opponents, we had great coaches, and all of them helped us. So never forget those people, never forget where you are from. Always remember that, and always give back. So, second thing, is the love of sport. And why do we love sport? Really because every night, the score is 0-0. You have to go out and prove yourself every single night. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what you look like, what you've done in the past. That night you got to come to perform, and all you have is your skill and your hard work and your determination to get there. And we should all remember that, as part of sport. It's also a universal language, and that's why sports is so popular. It doesn't matter where you play. If you don't speak the language, I've played all over the world, been very fortunate. On playgrounds all over the world, you can walk on any playground, and if you can play, you're welcome and you can play. So, remember that sports serves a lot of purposes. It not only brings us together with understanding, but it helps us to get along. We should all remember that. The last one, that I want to mention tonight, there could be many, many more, is be grateful. Always be grateful. Be grateful for the many blessings you have, the great athletic ability that is represented in this room, all the wonderful things one of us, but also be grateful for your obstacles. The things you've been able to overcome, the struggles you've had, the fights along the way to succeed, the times when you were down and out and nobody believed in you, and somebody lifted you up. I remember once, I was very grateful for this and I will never forget it. I was at UCLA, sophomore at UCLA, and I was really struggling. I couldn't play, for some reason I couldn't play a lick. We were up playing Washington and Washington State teams, and they were really great teams, but I just was struggling. First game against Washington, I was terrible, and the second game we're out warming up, and lo and behold, I look over as we're warming up, and my dad is sitting there in the audience. And I had to go over and I said, Dad, what are you doing here? He says, well, you have a ton of people around you when you're doing well, but when you're struggling, I'm here for you. And I just want you to know that you still have friends. So when somebody's struggling, lend out a hand. You can never tell. It could last a lifetime. The last thing I'll leave you with is there's so much knowledge in this room. Sports, life, and one way you can show your gratitude is pass it along. If you don't pass it along, it goes with you. And you can't take that with you. Pass it along to the next generation. The prior generation passed it along to us. Be grateful, and thank you, everybody.